Hello, welcome to June 23rd, 2023. My name is Kurt, and this is my daily Good Life meditation video. This is an exercise that I do every morning, a little bit after waking up. It's now 4:47 a.m. I do this in order to remember my life objectives and principles, those which are outlined in my book, Going Alone, which is available on via links in some social media or via my online store via goingalone.org. You can also get it from Amazon. I also use this time to think about the last 24 hours, and in particular, how I handled challenges and opportunities that I met. I finished by forecasting and planning out the day ahead. Again, looking for challenges and opportunities where I can leverage my principles towards achieving the objectives that I've set for myself in my life. Let's begin. First, last night and yesterday. Slept really good last night. Woke up feeling a little bit like allergies were striking me, and I wake up always a little creaky and rickety. My joints are sore. It's tough. Not too tough though, but I know it won't get any better necessarily. Getting older. Also, beginning to go gray. My chest especially. I know that's not an off-color thing to talk about, but it's interesting to note. I haven't started to gray hair yet, but the winter is coming for sure. It's visible. Yesterday was a hard day. Trying to think of how to say this without going into too much personal detail about my neighbor. I think I can do it. I live in a little tiny section grouping of apartments. They're linked together, 3 in a row, and we share these beautiful front yards. Just it's astonishing, and everybody likes to spend time out there. My one neighbor over here has her garden. She's been there for over 20 years. Then another neighbor on the other side, they just moved in. I won't say anything about them, but they enjoy their time out there as well. And then the neighbors that were there before as well. Anyway, the other neighbor, the one on the right, so to speak, she's had a difficult time. I've been here 6 months, something like that. No more than that. It's 8 months. Well, our lease is coming up. And her mother had, I won't get into details, her mother died. And she, ushered her mother's death in at home. It was very difficult. She's a nice woman. It was a very hard time for her. It was a very difficult thing. So I saw the mother only once, mostly because she had spent most of her time indoors. Anyway, that was hard enough, and she's been recovering from that, and she's had her friends, and she has a good little community of friends and family, and she was very close with her aunt, mother's sister. And yesterday morning, she told me, we were out front, we met in the yard, and she told me that her aunt, had been horribly burned on Sunday. An accident occurred. She told me the details of the accident, but I'll keep those to myself. Just terribly burned, and that just before they put her into an induced coma at the intensive care unit, she had put her on the phone with my neighbor, and they had just enough time to talk, and the doctor had told her before the coma that she had a 50-50 chance of dying. I don't need to give you any more details. Then she talked to my neighbor, gave her instructions, and we went under. Anyway, that was in the morning that I learned that news. By the evening, as I sat in the yard playing my guitar, my neighbor came outside with tears in her eyes. She'd just gotten the phone call that the aunt had passed. So that's tough. And we sat outside for a long time, maybe almost an hour, just talking. She needed somebody to talk to. So she likes our dogs. She has dog treats, so she sat there and was feeding dog treats to our Ollie and Willie Ollie and Rudy over the fence. Yumiko had been cooking dinner, and Yumiko got wind of the conversation and didn't call me and just let me stay outside. Nice intuition, Yumiko. When I came in later, the dinner was all set out. Yeah, Yumiko's got good instincts. I think I did my best to offer comfort. And I will continue to do so today and ongoing. I see her every day practically. What do you say? What do you do? Likewise for her. So that was I don't want to be focusing on my principles and objectives at this moment, because that's rather secondary to just the human suffering and circumstance. But I do think that the principles and objectives helped me. I kept I just wanted to be comfort to her, be someone to offer a bit of a distracting conversation, throwing in light bits, suitably as possible to, talk about other things. It's like passing by a horrible accident that you've got to continue moving forward and looking at the road ahead in due time, right? So that was a real challenge yesterday. I hope that I was helpful, and I'll continue to be helpful, and it'll be something to work on, to be a virtuous human being, helping to make the world a better place. Some of the principles that come to mind, and they came to mind in the moment, were the horror show, and life will not go well, and that which must be born, of course. Tough day. It'll be a tough week for all of us that are involved. See, I am kind of faltering off. I'll stop there. And now I've shared that bit. What's next? Yesterday was also a good day of work. Got a lot done. Enough said. Gulp. My 7 objectives are: to be always ready to die, to make good and effective use of time, to develop and maintain good and sound life principles, to cultivate good emotional reactions, to perform good actions, to recognize true limits and true opportunities, and to do just one thing at a time, and do that thing slowly and deliberately and carefully. Now for my 34 principles. War, reason, homunculus, anchor hold, home of good and evil, purpose, atomic principle, principle of nature, maturity, pirate ride, maturity, the social principle, the principle of family. I knew I forgot this one yesterday. I forgot to, public speaking. I sometimes forget that one. That's the one I miss probably the most often. Public speaking. Temperance. Life will not go well. The horror show. That which must be born. The feast of offal. Distraction. Agency and the great indifference. The best seat in the house. The restless man, the path of wildness, the great life adventure, the risk of avoiding risk, sin and damnation, complete oblivion, script writing, the bullseye aim, the season of philosophy, the uphill climb, arena and utility, nothing is enough, and the principle of fun. Sure did feel like I got them all. Did you catch the mix up there? The second mix-up, that is. Okay, as for today, it's a Friday on. That means I get to start a half hour later. So I plan to slip in some extra work of of my own in there. And I also going to do I just looked a full day of work. Then I've got a weekend ahead. I'm planning to do some stuff over the weekend, but I'm getting ahead of myself. For today, it's just going to be a solid day of work, and also to be ready for the various and sundries. Then in the evening after work, I'll go to the beach and go for another swim. It's a good thing. Stop there. Be safe, but not too safe. And with that, my life is done, if not finished. See you later.